Hello, everyone. In today's video, Selena will share 10 special tips to help you improve your English listening and speaking skills. These are the very techniques that have guided Selena on her own English learning journey. Stay tuned and listen carefully to apply these tips to your own learning journey. Do you want to learn English faster? Do you dream of speaking English fluently and confidently in your daily life, at work, or even while traveling? If your answer is yes, then you're in the right place. Learning a new language is an incredible journey. One that opens doors to new opportunities, connects you with people from all over the world, and helps you express yourself in ways you never imagined. But let's be honest, it can also feel overwhelming at times. The grammar rules, the vocabulary lists, the fear of making mistakes. It's easy to get stuck or lose motivation. That's why I'm here today. I want to help you make your English learning experience easier, faster, and more enjoyable. In this video, I've prepared 10 powerful tips that will transform the way you learn English. These tips are practical, simple, and proven to work. Whether you're just starting your English journey or you've been learning for a while, these strategies will help you take your skills to the next level. And here's the best part. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to memorize thousands of words overnight. All you need is the willingness to try, to practice, and to enjoy the process. I'll be guiding you every step of the way, so take a deep breath, relax, and let's get started. Remember, learning English is not about being flawless. It's about being understood, being confident, and embracing the beauty of communication. So, if you're ready to unlock your full potential and speak English with ease, keep watching. I promise, by the end of this video, you'll feel inspired, empowered, and ready to take on any conversation in English. Let's dive into the first tip and begin your journey to English mastery. Tip 1. Avoid perfection. Let's start with the most important tip. Avoid perfection. Yes, you heard that right. Many people think that to speak English well, they need to be perfect. They believe every word, every sentence, and every grammar rule must be flawless before they can start speaking. But let me tell you a secret. Perfection is not the goal. Think about it. No one, not even native English speakers, speaks perfectly all the time. Everyone makes mistakes, forgets words, or stumbles over their sentences. And you know what? That's completely okay. Language is about communication, not perfection. Let's put it this way. Imagine you're learning to ride a bike. Would you expect to ride perfectly the first time? No. You'd wobble, you'd fall, but you'd get back up and keep trying. The same goes for learning English. Mistakes are not failures. They're stepping stones. Each mistake you make is an opportunity to learn and grow. For example, let's say you're talking to someone and you say, "I go to the store yesterday." Is it grammatically correct? No. But will the person understand you? Absolutely. They'll know you went to the store. That's what matters most, getting your message across. Over time, you'll learn that the correct way to say it is, "I went to the store yesterday." But don't let the fear of making mistakes stop you from speaking. Remember, progress is more important than perfection. Now let's take a moment to think about this. How do children learn to speak their first language? They don't start by perfectly conjugating verbs or constructing flawless sentences. They start with small words. They make mistakes, and they learn through practice and repetition. You're doing the same thing with English. It's a natural part of the process. Here's another perspective. If you're learning English to communicate, focus on being understood, not on being perfect. Imagine you're traveling in another country and you need help finding your way. Would you rather stay silent because you're afraid of making a mistake? Or would you try your best to ask for directions, even if your sentence isn't perfect? Chances are, the person you're speaking to will appreciate your effort and will help you. To make this tip actionable, here are a few things you can do. Embrace mistakes as learning opportunities. Whenever you make a mistake, don't get discouraged. Instead, think of it as a chance to improve. Write it down, learn from it, and move on. Focus on communication. Ask yourself, did the person understand me? If the answer is yes, then you've succeeded. Over time, you'll refine your grammar and vocabulary, but for now, focus on being clear and confident. Practice speaking without fear. Start small. Practice with friends, family, or even by talking to yourself in the mirror. The more you speak, the more comfortable you'll become. Be inspired by other learners. Think about people from different parts of the world, Spanish speakers, French speakers, Chinese speakers, who communicate in English despite their accents or small errors. They're not perfect, but they're successful communicators. You can do the same. Remember, perfection is not your destination. Communication is. As you keep practicing, your English will naturally improve, and your confidence will grow. So, don't hold back. Speak up, make mistakes, and enjoy the process. Are you ready for the next tip? It's all about an amazing exercise called shadowing. And trust me, it's going to take your English skills to the next level. Let's move on. Tip 2. Shadowing exercises. Now that we've shadowing exercises, what is shadowing? Think of yourself as a shadow, following someone closely, step by step. In language learning, shadowing means listening to a speaker in English and repeating exactly what they say as quickly as possible, mimicking their words. Shadowing is a powerhouse technique because it combines two essential skills, listening and speaking. It helps your Let me show you how to start shadowing in just a few easy steps. Step 1. Choose the right material. Start small and simple. Choose a short video clip, podcast, or audio file in clear English. It could be a 1-2 minute video from a show you like, a speech, or even a song. As you improve, you can move on to more challenging materials like movie scenes, interviews, or TED Talks. The key is to pick something that interests you and matches your current level. Step 2. Listen carefully first. Before you start speaking, listen to the audio carefully, at least once or twice. Focus on the speaker's tone, rhythm, and pronunciation. Notice how they link words together and emphasize certain parts of the sentence. This step is crucial because shadowing is about capturing the natural flow of English, not just repeating words. Step 3. Start shadowing. Now it's time to jump in. Play the audio and repeat what the speaker says, trying to match their tone, speed, and pronunciation. Don't worry if you can't keep up perfectly at first. That's normal. For example, if the speaker says, "Good morning, how are you today?" you immediately echo, "Good morning, how are you today?" If it feels too fast, slow down the audio using tools like YouTube speed settings or a podcast app. Gradually increase the speed as you get more comfortable. Step 4. Break it into sections. If the audio is long, pause after each sentence or phrase. Repeat that part several times until you feel confident, then move on to the next. For example, if you're practicing with a video, pause after each sentence, mimic it, and then continue. This makes shadowing less overwhelming and helps you focus on smaller chunks of language. Step 5. Shadow in real time. Once you've practiced enough, challenge yourself to shadow without pausing. Try to keep up with the speaker in real time. This builds your ability to think quickly and improves your natural response time in conversations. Why shadowing works. Shadowing is like a gym workout for your language muscles. It helps you improve your pronunciation by copying native speakers, Develop listening skills by noticing how words are connected. Internalize the natural rhythm and intonation of English. It's one of the best ways to sound more fluent and confident. Make shadowing a daily habit. Consistency is the secret to success. Even 5 to 10 minutes of shadowing every day can lead to noticeable improvement. Choose materials you enjoy, whether it's a favorite movie scene, a motivational speech, or a podcast. The more fun it is, the easier it will be to stay motivated. Quick. Practice example. Let's try a quick example together. Listen to this phrase. Learning English is fun and exciting. Now, repeat after me. Learning English is fun and exciting. Notice how the words flow together and where the emphasis falls. Great job. That's shadowing in action. Pro tip. Record yourself. Want to take it to the next level? Record yourself while shadowing. Then compare your recording to the original audio to see where you can improve. It might feel strange at first, but it's one of the best ways to track your progress and fine-tune your skills. Final encouragement. Remember, shadowing takes practice, but it gets easier over time. At first, it might feel challenging, but the more you do it, the more natural your English will sound. So, grab your favorite video or podcast and start shadowing. Today, are you ready for the next tip? It's all about unlocking your creativity to learn new vocabulary faster. Stay tuned. Tip 3. Create stories with new words. Now that we've talked about shadowing, let's dive into another powerful technique that will make learning vocabulary fun and unforgettable. Creating stories with new words. Learning new words can sometimes feel like a chore, right? You write them down, try to memorize them, and hope they stick. But what if I told you there's a much better way? A way that not only helps you remember words, but also teaches you how to use them in real-life situations. The secret is simple. Turn those new words into stories. Stories are like glue for your memory. They help you connect words in meaningful ways, making them easier to recall later. And the best part? You don't need to be a professional writer or come up with complex plots. Even the simplest story works wonders. Step 1. Start with a few new words. Whenever you learn new words, pick 3-5 of them to start. For example, let's say you just learned these words. Cat happy play, garden, red. Now, instead of trying to memorize these words individually, let's use them to create a short and simple story. Step 2. Build a simple story. Here's an example. Once upon a time, there was a happy cat. The cat loved to play in the garden with its favorite red ball. Every day it played and jumped around, enjoying the fresh air and sunshine. See how easy that is? In just a few sentences, we've used all 5 words. The story doesn't need to be long or complicated. The goal is to use the words in context, so your brain remembers them naturally. Step 3. Personalize your stories. To make the exercise even more effective, try personalizing your stories. For example, if you love dogs instead of cats, you could say, "There was a happy dog that loved to play in the garden with a red frisbee." When the story feels connected to your interests or experiences, it becomes even easier to remember. Step. First, write it down or say it out loud. After creating your story, write it down in a notebook. Seeing the words on paper reinforces your memory and gives you something to review later. If you prefer speaking, tell the story out loud. You can even share it with a friend or family member. The more you use the words, the stronger your memory becomes. Step 5. Be creative and have fun. Don't be afraid to get creative or silly with your stories. The more imaginative you are, the more memorable the words will be. For example, instead of a regular cat, maybe your story is about a magical cat that plays with a red ball in the clouds. The goal here is to engage your brain in a fun and creative way. Learning doesn't have to be boring. Why this works. So why does this method work so well? Because it helps you understand how words fit together in sentences. Create a mental image of the words, which makes them easier to recall. Practice using new vocabulary and context, so you're not just memorizing, you're learning how to apply it. Pro tips for success. Here are a few tips to make this technique even more effective. Review and expand. Revisit your stories regularly. Add more details. Or introduce new words to build on what you've learned. Combine skills. Use shadowing to practice saying your story out loud. This combines vocabulary, pronunciation, and fluency in one activity. Create themed stories. Focus on a theme like travel, food, or hobbies. This helps you group related words together for easier learning. Quick practice example. Let's try. One together. Here are some new words. Beach, sun, swim, relax, book. Now, let's make a story. Last weekend, I went to the beach. The sun was shining brightly, and I decided to swim in the clear blue water. After swimming, I relaxed on the sand and read my favorite book. It was the perfect day. See how we used all 5 words in a short, meaningful story? Now it's your turn. Pick some new words and start creating. Final encouragement. Remember, the goal isn't just to memorize words, it's to bring them to life through stories. The more you practice, the more natural it will feel. So, the next time you learn a new word, don't just write it down. Turn it into part of an adventure. Are you ready to unlock even more creative ways to improve your English? Let's move on to the next tip, where we'll talk about how to stay relaxed and confident while speaking English. See you there. Tip 4. Relax. Learning a new language like English can sometimes feel stressful. You might worry about making mistakes, forgetting words, or being judged by others. But here's the thing. When you're relaxed, your brain works better. You think more clearly, words come to you more easily, and speaking becomes natural. That's why tip 4 is all about this simple yet powerful idea. Relax. Learning English doesn't have to be stressful. In fact, the more you enjoy the process, the faster you'll improve. Let's talk about how you can stay calm, confident, and relaxed while learning and using English. Why relaxation matters. Have you ever noticed how hard it is to think clearly when you're nervous? Your mind feels stuck, and even words you know well seem to disappear. That's because stress blocks your ability to focus and recall information. But when you're relaxed, your brain switches to a more open and creative state. You remember things more easily, form sentences more naturally, and feel more confident. Relaxation is like a secret weapon for language learning. Practical ways to stay relaxed. Take deep breaths. Before you start speaking, take a few deep breaths. Breathe in slowly through your nose for 4 counts. Hold it for 4 counts. And then exhale through your mouth for 4 counts. This simple technique calms your nerves, slows your heart rate, and helps you focus. It's a great way to reset if you're feeling anxious. 2. Remind yourself, it's okay to make mistakes. Nobody is perfect, and mistakes are a normal part of learning. Even native speakers make mistakes. Instead of worrying about being flawless, focus on communicating your message. For example, if you say, I go to the park, the grammar might not be correct, but the person you're speaking to will still understand. Later, you can learn that the correct word is went. Mistakes aren't failures. They're opportunities to grow. Practice in a comfortable environment. Start by speaking English in a place where you feel safe and supported. This could be with friends, family, or even by yourself in front of a mirror. For example, you might say, "Today, I will practice introducing myself in English. The more comfortable the setting, the more confident you'll feel. Over time, you can challenge yourself by practicing with strangers or in more formal situations. Take your time. You don't need to rush when you're speaking. It's better to speak slowly and clearly than to try to talk fast and stumble over your words. For instance, if someone asks you, "What do you like to do in your free time?" Pause for a moment, think, and then respond. I like to read books and watch movies. Speaking slowly not only helps you feel more relaxed, but also makes it easier for others to understand you. 5. Turn learning into a fun experience. Make English a part of activities you enjoy. Watch your favorite movies with subtitles, listen to music, or play games in English. When learning feels like a hobby instead of a chore, you'll naturally feel more at ease. A quick relaxation exercise. Let's try a quick exercise together. Close your eyes for a moment. Take a deep breath in and slowly let it out. Now, imagine yourself in a conversation, speaking English confidently. Picture the person you're talking to smiling and understanding you. How does that feel? Visualizing success can help you build confidence and reduce stress. Encouragement for staying relaxed. Remember, learning English is a journey, not a race. Every word you learn, every sentence you speak, and every mistake you make is a step forward. Celebrate your progress no matter how small. Think of learning English as an adventure. Some days will be easier than others, but as long as you stay relaxed and keep practicing, you'll get better every day. So, take it one step at a time, and don't forget to enjoy the process. You're doing great. Ready for the next tip? It's all about forming connections with others to practice English in real conversations. Let's dive in. Tip 5. Form conversation groups. Now that you've learned how to stay relaxed while speaking English, it's time to take your skills to the next level by practicing with others. Today, let's talk about forming conversation groups, a fun and effective way to boost your English skills. Learning a language is not just about studying. It's about using what you've learned in real-life conversations. Talking with others helps you practice speaking, listening, and even thinking in English. It also builds your confidence and makes the process much more enjoyable. Let me guide you through how you can form your own conversation group and get the most out of it. Step 1. Find like-minded people. The first step is to find people who also want to practice English. They could be your friends, classmates, coworkers, or even people you meet online. The key is to form a group where everyone feels motivated to learn and support each other. If you don't know anyone who's learning English, don't worry. There are plenty of apps and websites where you can join English-speaking groups or find language exchange partners. Platforms like Meetup, Tandem, and HelloTalk are great places to start. Step 2. Decide on a regular meeting schedule. Consistency is the secret to success. Agree on a regular time to meet, whether it's once a week, twice a week, or even daily. The important thing is to stick to the schedule so everyone stays committed. For example, you might decide, we'll meet every Wednesday at 7 p.m. for 1 hour. You can meet in person at a cafe, a library, or even someone's home. If meeting in person isn't possible, don't let that stop you. Video calls work just as well. Tools like Zoom, Google Meet, or WhatsApp make it easy to connect with your group no matter where you are. Step 3. Choose engaging topics. To keep the conversations interesting, plan topics that everyone enjoys. Here are some ideas to get you started. Hobbies and interests. Talk about your favorite books, movies, or sports. Travel. Share your dream destinations or past travel experiences. Daily life. Discuss your routines, work, or studies. Current events. Talk about news or trending topics. For example, you might ask, "What's the best movie you've seen recently?" This kind of question sparks conversation and keeps everyone engaged. Step 4. Practice different skills. Your conversation group can be a great way to practice more than just speaking. Try incorporating activities that focus on listening. One person shares a story, and others listen and ask questions. Vocabulary. Introduce new words and challenge the group to use them in sentences. Pronunciation. Practice tricky words or phrases together. Role-playing. Act out real-life scenarios like ordering food at a restaurant or asking for directions. For example, you could say, "Let's practice ordering food. I'll be the waiter, and you can be the customer." This kind of role play is both practical and fun, preparing you for real-life situations. Step 5. Create a supportive environment. Encourage everyone in the group to be patient and supportive. Remember, the goal is to practice and learn, not to judge or correct every mistake. Celebrate each other's progress and cheer each other on. For instance, if someone says, "I go to the store yesterday," instead of correcting them right away, focus on the fact that they communicated their idea clearly. Later, you can gently suggest the correct word. "That's great. By the way, the past tense of go is went." This approach keeps the atmosphere positive and encouraging. Step 6. Rotate roles in the group. To keep things fresh, take turns being the conversation leader. The leader can choose the topic, ask questions, or guide the discussion. Rotating roles ensures that everyone gets equal opportunities to speak and participate. Step 7. Track your progress. After each session, take a moment to reflect on what you learned. Write down new words, phrases, or sentences you practiced. Over time, you'll see how much you've improved. For example, you might note, "Today, I learned how to describe my weekend using past tense." Reviewing your progress will keep you motivated and help you identify areas where you can improve further. Pro tips for success. Here are some additional tips to make your conversation group even more effective. Set goals. At the beginning of each session, decide what you want to achieve. For example, today, we'll focus on improving our pronunciation. Mix. Levels. If your group has members with different English levels, pair beginners with more advanced speakers. This way, everyone benefits from the exchange. Record sessions. With everyone's permission, record your group discussions. Listening back helps you identify strengths and areas for improvement. Forming a conversation group is one of the best ways to practice English in a real-world setting. It's not just about learning. It's about building friendships, sharing experiences, and supporting each other on this journey. So, what are you waiting for? Gather your friends, set a time, and start practicing together. You'll be amazed at how much progress you can make when you work as a team. Ready for the next tip? It's all about using role-playing to prepare for real-life situations. Let's get started. Tip 6. Practice role-playing. Now that you've learned how to work in groups, let's explore a technique that's both fun and incredibly effective for improving your English. Today, we're talking about role-playing. Role-playing is one of the best ways to prepare for real-life situations. It helps you practice fluency, build confidence, and learn how to respond naturally in everyday conversations. Plus, it's like a game. You get to act out scenarios, try new phrases, and even make mistakes in a safe and supportive environment. Let's dive into how you can use role-playing to take your English to the next level. Step 1. Choose a scenario. The first step in role-playing is to pick a situation you want to practice. Think about real-life conversations you're likely to have in English. Here are some common examples. Ordering food at a restaurant, booking a hotel room, asking for directions, shopping at a store, introducing yourself in a meeting. For example, Let's say you want to practice booking a hotel. You'll need two roles: the guest and the receptionist. The guest might say, "Hello, I'd like to book a room for 2 nights." The receptionist could respond, "Of course. What dates would you like to stay with us?" Step 2. Find a practice partner. You'll need at least one other person to role play with. This could be a friend, a family member, a classmate, or even another English learner. If you don't have someone to practice with, don't worry. You can also role play by yourself. For example, use a mirror or record yourself playing both roles. Step 3. Plan your dialogue. Before you start, think about what you want to say. Write down a few key phrases or sentences that match the scenario. For example, if you're role-playing at a restaurant, you might prepare phrases like, "Can I see the menu, please? I'll have the grilled chicken with a side of vegetables. Could I get the bill, please?" Having these phrases ready will give you more confidence during the role play. Step 4. Act it out. Now, it's time to bring your scenario to life. Take turns playing each role. For example, one person is the waiter and the other is the customer. After a few rounds, switch roles so both of you can practice different parts of the conversation. Here's how a simple dialogue might go. Customer: "Hi, I'd like to order some food." Waiter: "Of course. What would you like to have?" Customer: "I'll have the pasta, please." Waiter: "Sure. Would you like anything to drink?" Customer: "Yes, I'll have a glass of water." Don't worry about being perfect. This is your chance to experiment, try new phrases, and make mistakes. Step 5. Add realism. To make your role-playing more effective, add realistic elements. For example, use props like a menu, a map, or a phone to make the scenario feel more authentic. Practice in real settings if possible, like pretending to order food while sitting at a table. Use time limits to simulate real-life pressure, like responding quickly to a question. Step 6. Reflect and improve. After each role-play session, take a moment to reflect on how it went. Ask yourself, did I use the phrases I planned? Was there anything I didn't understand or struggled to say? What can I improve next time? If you're practicing with a partner, ask them for feedback. They might suggest alternative phrases or point out areas where you can improve. Why role-playing works? Role-playing is effective because it builds confidence by simulating real life. Conversations helps you practice vocabulary and phrases in context, improves your ability to think and respond quickly in English. reduces anxiety because you're practicing in a low-pressure environment. A quick example to try now. Let's try a quick role play together. Imagine you're at a store buying a gift. Here's how it might go. Customer, you. Hi, I'm looking for a gift for my friend. Shop assistant, me. Sure. What kind of gift are you thinking about? Customer. Maybe something small, like a mug or a candle. Shop assistant. We have some beautiful candles over here. Would you like to see them? Customer. Yes, please. Thank you. See how simple that is? Role-playing doesn't need to be complicated. It's all about practicing in a realistic way. Pro tips for success. Start simple. Begin with easy scenarios. Then move on to more complex ones as you gain confidence. Use online resources. Look for videos or scripts of common conversations for inspiration. Record yourself. Play back the recording. To identify areas where you can improve. Have fun. Add humor or creativity to your scenarios. For example, pretend you're booking a room at a haunted hotel or ordering food on a spaceship. Role-playing is not only a fantastic way to improve your English, but it's also a lot of fun. The more you practice, the more natural these conversations will feel when they happen in real life. So, grab a partner, pick a scenario, and start practicing today. You'll be amazed at how quickly your confidence grows. Ready for the next tip? It's all about using paraphrasing to improve your understanding and speaking skills. Let's dive in. Tip 7. Use the paraphrasing technique. Let's move on to tip 7. Use the paraphrasing technique. This is a powerful method to improve your understanding, expand your vocabulary, and enhance your speaking skills in English. Paraphrasing means taking something you've read, heard, or learned and explaining it in your own words. It's like summarizing, but with more detail. This technique is essential because it trains your brain to think in English, not just translate from your native language. Plus, it's a skill you'll use in conversations, presentations, and even writing. What is paraphrasing? Let me explain. Paraphrasing with a simple example. Suppose you hear this sentence. The weather today is sunny and perfect for a picnic. If you paraphrase it, you might say, it's a beautiful day, great for spending time outdoors. You're not repeating the exact words. Instead, you're expressing the same idea in a different way. This helps you. Practice using synonyms and alternative phrases. Build your confidence in explaining ideas. Improve your ability to understand and express complex thoughts. Step 1. Choose a short text or audio. Start by picking something short and manageable, a sentence, a paragraph, or even a short audio clip. For example, a news headline: "A new park has opened in the city." A story excerpt: "A young boy found a treasure map in an old book." A podcast sentence: "You should always try to plan your day effectively." Choose materials that match your current level of English and are interesting to you. Step 2. Understand the meaning. Before you paraphrase, make sure you understand the original text. Ask yourself, what is the main idea? Are there any key details I need to include? For example, let's take the sentence, "The weather today is sunny and perfect for a picnic." The main idea is that the weather is nice and it's a good day for outdoor activities. Step 3. Rewrite it in your own words. Now, try expressing the same idea using different words. Here are some strategies. Use synonyms. Replace words with similar ones. For example, sunny can become bright. Change the sentence structure. Rearrange the order of words or phrases. Simplify. Break down complex ideas into simpler sentences. For example, you could say, "It's a bright and lovely day, perfect for a picnic." Or, "The sun is shining, making it a great day to enjoy the outdoors." Step 4. Say it out loud. Once you've rewritten the sentence, say it out loud. This helps you practice speaking and ensures your version sounds natural. If it feels awkward, adjust it until it flows smoothly. Step 5. Use paraphrasing in conversations. Paraphrasing isn't just for practice. It's also a great tool for real conversations. Imagine someone says, "I'm really tired because I stayed up late studying." You could respond by paraphrasing, "So you didn't get much sleep because you were studying all night?" This shows that you're listening, helps keep the conversation going, and reinforces your understanding of English expressions. Why paraphrasing works. Paraphrasing is so effective because it expands your vocabulary by encouraging you to use synonyms and alternative phrases, improves comprehension by focusing on the meaning of what you hear or read, enhances fluency by training you to think and speak in English naturally. A quick practice example. Let's try paraphrasing together. Here's a sentence. "The library is a great place to study because it's quiet and has many resources." Now, paraphrase it. You might say, "The library is perfect for studying since it's peaceful and well equipped." Or studying at the library is ideal because it's calm and offers plenty of materials. See how you can express the same idea in different ways? This flexibility is what makes paraphrasing so valuable. Pro tips for mastering paraphrasing. Start. Simple. Begin with short, straightforward sentences before moving on to longer, more complex ones. Use tools. Online dictionaries and thesauruses can help you find synonyms and alternative phrases. Practice. Daily. Dedicate a few minutes each day to paraphrasing a sentence or paragraph. Combine skills. Paraphrase what you've learned from shadowing exercises or role-playing sessions. Get feedback. Share your paraphrased sentences with a teacher, friend, or language partner to check for accuracy and naturalness. Paraphrasing is like a workout for your brain. It challenges you to think creatively and express yourself in new ways. The more you practice, the more confident and fluent you'll become in English. So grab a book, a podcast, or even your favorite movie lines and start paraphrasing today. You'll be amazed at how quickly your skills improve. Ready for the next tip? It's all about expanding your sentences to express yourself more clearly and effectively. Let's keep going. Tip 8. Practice the expansion technique. Now that you've learned how to paraphrase, let's move on to another fantastic technique for improving your English speaking and writing skills. The expansion technique. Have you ever felt like your sentences are too short or simple? Maybe you say things like, I have a dog, but you wish you could express more like, I have a friendly golden retriever who loves playing fetch in the park. That's where the expansion technique comes in. It helps you take basic sentences and add more details, making your speech and writing richer, clearer, and more engaging. Let's dive into how this works and how you can start practicing today. What is the expansion technique? The expansion technique is about starting with a simple sentence and gradually adding details to make it longer and more descriptive. It's like decorating a plain cake. You keep adding layers and toppings until it looks and tastes amazing. For example, let's start with a basic sentence. I have a cat. By expanding it, you can say, I have a small, fluffy, white cat named Snowball who loves to nap by the window. Notice how the expanded sentence gives more information about the cat, its size, color, name, and favorite activity. This makes your sentence more interesting and helps the listener or reader understand the full picture. Step 1. Start with a simple sentence. Begin with a short, basic sentence. For example, the boy is running. This is your foundation. It's clear and straightforward, but lacks detail. Step 2. Add descriptive details. Now, expand the sentence by adding adjectives and adverbs. Think about what the boy looks like, how he's running, and where he is. For example, the young boy is running quickly. By adding young and quickly, you're already painting a clearer picture. Step 3. Include additional information. Next, add more context. Where is the boy running? Why is he running? What's happening around him? The young boy is running quickly through the park to catch his dog. Now we know the setting, the park, and the reason, to catch his dog. This makes the sentence much more complete and engaging. Step 4. Use linking words. To make your sentence flow better, use linking words like because and at or while. For example, the young boy is running quickly through the park because his playful dog escaped from its leash. Notice how linking words connect ideas and make the sentence smoother and more natural. Step 5. Practice regularly. The more you practice expanding sentences, the easier it will become. Start with one sentence a day and challenge yourself to add as much detail as possible. Over time, you'll find that describing things in English feels natural. Why the expansion technique works. This technique works because it improves vocabulary. You learn new words as you search for adjectives, adverbs, and details to expand. Your sentences. Builds confidence. You'll feel more comfortable expressing yourself when you have a habit of adding details. Enhances. Clarity. Your sentences become clearer and more informative, which helps your listener or reader understand you better. A quick practice example. Let's try expanding a sentence together. Here's the starting sentence. I like coffee. Step 1. Add an adjective. I like hot coffee. Step 2. Add more details. I like hot coffee with milk and sugar. Step 3. Include context. I like hot coffee with milk and sugar, especially in the morning when I'm getting ready for work. Step 4. Make it flow with linking words. I like hot coffee with milk and sugar because it helps me feel more awake in the morning while I'm getting ready for work. You see how the sentence grew from something simple to something detailed and descriptive? That's the power of the expansion technique. Pro tips for mastering the expansion technique. Use the 5 W's. Who, what, where, when, why. These questions help you add depth to your sentences. Who? A young boy, what, is running quickly, where? Through the park, why? To catch his dog. Practice with everyday situations. Take sentences from your daily life and expand them. For example, basic, I ate lunch. Expanded. I ate a delicious pasta lunch with my coworkers at a small Italian restaurant near my office. Write and speak. Practice both writing expanded sentences in a notebook and saying them out loud to improve both your written and spoken English. Get feedback. Share your expanded sentences with a teacher, friend, or language partner to check for clarity and accuracy. The expansion technique is an excellent way to grow your confidence and express yourself more fully in English. Remember, every word you add helps to paint a clearer and more vivid picture for your listener or reader. So why not start today? Take a simple sentence, add some details, and see how far you can take it. You'll be amazed at how quickly your English improves. Ready for the next tip? It's all about building confidence in your English skills. Let's move forward. Tip 9. Be confident. Welcome to Tip 9. Be confident. This might be one of the most important tips in your journey to mastering English. Confidence is the key that unlocks your ability to communicate effectively. You can have the best vocabulary, perfect grammar, and excellent pronunciation. But if you're not confident, it's hard to put all that into practice. The good news is, confidence is something you can build. It's not about being fearless. It's about believing in your ability to learn and improve. So let's dive into some strategies to help you become more confident in speaking English. Step 1. Embrace mistakes as a part of learning. One of the biggest barriers to confidence is the fear of making mistakes. But let me tell you something. Mistakes are your best teacher. Think of it this way. Every time you make a mistake, you learn something new. For example, if you accidentally say, I eated breakfast, you'll realize later that the correct word is ate. And because you made that mistake, you're more likely to remember it next time. Even native speakers make mistakes. It's part of being human. Step 2. Celebrate small wins. Confidence comes from progress, and progress comes from practice. So, celebrate every step forward, no matter how small. For example, learned 5 new words today? That's a win. Successfully ordered coffee in English? Another win. Had a conversation with a friend in English? That's a huge accomplishment. Recognizing your progress will remind you how far you've come and keep you motivated to continue. Step 3. Practice speaking as much as possible. The more you speak, the more confident you'll feel. Start small. Talk to yourself in the mirror. practice with friends or family, or join an English speaking group. Here's a simple exercise. Every morning, look in the mirror and say, "Good morning. Today I'm going to practice my English," and make progress. It might feel silly at first, but it's a great way to build confidence and set a positive tone for the day. Step 4. Focus on communication, not perfection. Your goal is to be understood, not to be perfect. People appreciate effort more than flawless grammar. Imagine you're traveling in another country and ask, "Where is train station?" It's not a perfect sentence, but the person will understand and help you. Over time, you'll learn to say, "Where is the train station?" But don't let the fear of imperfection stop you from speaking. Just focus on getting your message across. Step 5. Surround yourself with positivity. Confidence grows in a supportive environment. Surround yourself with people who encourage and motivate you. For example, join a friendly English-speaking group. Practice with friends who are also learning English. Watch inspiring videos of other English learners sharing their success stories. Avoid comparing yourself to others. Remember, everyone learns at their own pace. Focus on your progress, not perfection. Step 6. Use positive affirmations. What you tell yourself matters. Instead of saying, "I'm not good at English," say, "I'm improving every day." Here are some affirmations to try. I can learn English. I am getting better every day. I have the courage to speak English. Repeat these affirmations daily, and over time, they'll help you develop a more confident mindset. Step 7. Record and review yourself. Recording yourself speaking can be a game changer. At first, it might feel uncomfortable, but it's an excellent way to track your progress and identify areas to improve. For example, record yourself introducing yourself in English. "Hi, my name is your name. I'm learning English, and I love watching movies in my free time." Listen to the recording. Notice what you did well and what you can improve. With each recording, you'll see how much you're improving, which will boost your confidence even more. Step 8. Learn to laugh at yourself. Sometimes you'll make funny mistakes, and that's okay. Instead of feeling embarrassed, learn to laugh at yourself. Humor makes the learning process more enjoyable and takes away the pressure. For example, if you accidentally say, "I want to eat a dessert," instead of dessert, laugh it off and say, "Well, maybe I do want to eat the dessert if it's made of chocolate." A positive attitude makes all the difference. Why confidence is key. Confidence isn't just about feeling good. It's about trusting your ability to improve. The more confident you are, the more willing you'll be to take risks, try new things, and step out of your comfort zone. And that's where real growth happens. A quick confidence booster exercise. Let's do a quick exercise together. Take a deep breath and smile. Say out loud, "I can speak English and I'm getting better every day." Now, think of one thing you've done recently to practice English. Maybe you learned a new word, watched a video in English, or had a short conversation. Feel proud of yourself for that effort. You're making progress. Pro tips for building confidence. Visualize success. Imagine yourself speaking English confidently in different situations. Visualization helps your brain feel prepared. Set realistic goals. Focus on improving one thing at a time, like learning 10 new words this week or practicing speaking for 5 minutes daily. Seek opportunities. Look for chances to use English in real life. Situations like ordering food, chatting with tourists, or joining an online forum. Learn from feedback. Accept constructive criticism as a way to improve, not as a failure. Confidence isn't something you're born with. It's something you build through practice, patience, and a positive mindset. Remember, every time you speak English, you're one step closer to fluency. So, stand tall, believe in yourself, and don't be afraid to make mistakes. You've got this. Now, are you ready for the final tip? It's a fun and interactive way to improve your flexibility in conversations. Let's keep going. Tip 10. Practice role switching. We've come to our final tip, and it's one of the most exciting and interactive ways to practice English. Role switching. Role switching is a technique where you and a partner take turns playing different roles in a conversation. This approach helps you practice speaking and listening, boosts your flexibility in conversations, and prepares you for real-life scenarios. Let's explore how to practice role switching and make the most out of it. What is role switching? Role switching is like a conversation game where one person asks questions and the other answers. Then you switch roles so both of you get to practice different parts of the conversation. For example, if you're practicing a restaurant scenario, one of you can play the waiter, and the other can be the customer. After a few minutes, you switch roles so the customer becomes the waiter and vice versa. This technique allows you to see conversations from different perspectives, making your practice more engaging and effective. Step 1. Choose a scenario. Start by selecting a common situation where you might need to use English. Here are a few examples. Ordering food at a restaurant, checking in at a hotel, asking for directions on the street, shopping at a store, attending a job interview. For instance, let's say you choose ordering food. The conversation might go like this. Customer: Hi, I'd like to see the menu, please. Waiter: Of course. Here you go. Can I recommend today's special? Once you're comfortable, switch roles so the customer becomes the waiter. Step 2. Prepare key phrases. Before you start, think about the phrases or sentences you might use in that scenario. For example, restaurant scenario. Customer: Can I have the bill, please? Waiter: Would you like anything else? Hotel scenario. Guest: I'd like to book a room for 2 nights. Receptionist: What type of room would you prefer? Having these phrases ready will make the role-playing smoother and more productive. Step 3. Act it out. Now it's time to perform. Get into character and act as if you're really in that situation. Speak clearly and naturally, and don't be afraid to make mistakes. The goal is to practice and have fun. For example, customer: I'd like to order the chicken sandwich, please. Waiter: Sure. Would you like fries or a salad with that? A customer: I'll have the fries, thank you. When you switch roles, you might realize that the waiter's role requires listening carefully and responding quickly, which improves your overall communication skills. Step 4. Add realism. 2. Make the experience more engaging. Add realistic details. Use props like a menu, a map, or a phone. Set a time limit to simulate the pace of real-life conversations. Include challenges, like asking follow-up questions or handling unexpected requests. For instance, in a shopping scenario, customer: Do you have this jacket in a larger size? Shop assistant: Let me check. Can you wait a moment? Adding these elements makes the practice feel more authentic and prepares you for real-world interactions. Step 5. Reflect and improve. After each role-playing session, take a moment to discuss how it went. Ask yourself, did I use the phrases I planned? Was there anything I didn't understand? How can I improve next time? If you're practicing with a partner, give each other constructive feedback. For example, you did a great job asking questions, but you could try speaking a little slower next time. Why role switching works. Role switching is effective because it improves flexibility. You learn to handle different roles in a conversation, from asking questions to giving answers. enhances listening skills. By playing both roles, you practice. Listening carefully and responding appropriately builds confidence. Acting out scenarios helps you feel more prepared for similar situations in real life. Encourages creativity. You can experiment with different phrases, tones, and approaches. A. Quick role switching exercise. Let's try a quick exercise together. Imagine you're at an airport checking in for a flight. Passenger, you. Hi, I'd like to check in for my flight to New York. Agent, me. Sure. May I have your passport, please? Now switch roles. You're the agent and I'm the passenger. Passenger, me. Hi, I'd like to check in for my flight to New York. Agent, you. Sure. May I have your passport, please? See how switching roles gives you a chance to practice both sides of the conversation? It's an excellent way to build confidence and fluency. Pro tips for role switching success. Start simple. Begin with short, straightforward scenarios before moving on to more complex conversations. Use a timer. Set a timer for 5 to 10 minutes per role to keep the practice focused and dynamic. Combine with other techniques. Use paraphrasing or the expansion technique during your role play to make your sentences richer and more natural. Practice with different partners. Each person brings a unique style, helping you adapt to different accents and conversation styles. Have fun. Add humor or creativity to your scenarios. Pretend you're a famous celebrity at a restaurant or a secret agent checking into a hotel. Role switching is one of the most effective ways to practice English because it's interactive, fun, and practical. The more you practice, the more confident and fluent you'll become in real conversations. So, grab a partner, pick a scenario, and start role switching today. Remember, every conversation brings you closer to mastering English. Thank you for joining me on this journey to improve your English. Keep practicing, stay motivated, and enjoy the process. You've got this. Conclusion. Congratulations. You've made it to the end of this video, and I couldn't be prouder of you for taking this step in your English learning journey. We've covered 10 powerful tips to help you improve your English skills, from avoiding perfection and practicing shadowing to expanding your sentences and building confidence. These aren't just tips. They're tools you can use every day to grow, communicate, and thrive in English. Remember, learning a language is a journey, not a race. It's okay to take your time, make mistakes, and celebrate every small victory along the way. Each step you take brings you closer to your goal of fluency. Let's quickly recap the tips we've covered. Avoid perfection. Focus on being understood. Use shadowing exercises to improve pronunciation and rhythm. Create stories with new words to expand your vocabulary. Relax, stay calm, and enjoy the learning process. Form conversation groups for real-world practice. Practice role-playing to prepare for everyday situations. Use the paraphrasing technique to improve understanding and expression. Practice the expansion technique to make your sentences richer. Be confident, believe in yourself and your ability to improve. Practice role switching to build flexibility and fluency. In conversations, which tip resonated with you the most? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear about your experience and what you're planning to try first. Words of encouragement. I want you to know that you are capable of achieving your English learning goals. It doesn't matter where you're starting from or how long it takes. What matters is your determination to keep going. Learning English isn't just about grammar rules or vocabulary. It's about opening doors to new opportunities, connecting with people around the world, and expressing yourself in ways you never imagined. You have everything you need to succeed, the tools, the motivation, and now these 10 tips to guide you. So, take that next step with confidence and remember, you're not alone on this journey. Call to action. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on more tips and strategies to improve your English. And stay tuned for my next video, where we'll explore even more practical ways to practice English, whether you're at home, at work, or on the go. Until then, keep practicing, stay positive, and enjoy the process. You're doing an amazing job, and I'm so excited to see how far you'll go. Great work today. Every moment you spend practicing brings you closer to mastering your English listening and speaking skills. Remember, progress comes with patience and consistency. If this story inspired you or helped you in your learning journey, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more lessons and stories. Keep listening, keep speaking, and keep believing in your growth. I'll see you in the next video. Take care and keep shining.